force.
Camcorder Comics. Comic review for you. Hey man, welcome back to the Super Divorce YouTube channel. Nicholas Villars here, aka Super Divorce, and today, the Harley Quinn Fartacular Silent But Deadly one-shot for $7.99. Loyal subscriber and friend Rhonda Red gave me the money for this and said, review this comic. And I was like, alright, fine. I'll f***ing do it. It's a scratch and sniff, a rub and smell fart comic about Harley Quinn and farting. This comic reeks just in time for April Fools. I mean, it's past April Fools, and here I am. I'm being a fool. Look at this cover. It's like they find a way to put scantily clad ladies on the front, but make them all just look just look at this butt right here. Look at that butt. Look at Harley. Why does she have, like, she looks like a, I don't know what. They've put her in kind of scantily clad clothing, but at the same time, well, even without the farting, without the fart cloud, they still managed to make her look just like gross and hideous for some reason. You open it up, all of the staff have these little cute modifiers like stinky script by, aromatic art and crowd clearing cover by, cheese cutting colors by, lingering letters by, and so on and so forth. Ivy and Harley are dating. They're at Ivy's house. For some reason, Poison Ivy is dressed like an auto mechanic. And she's watering her flowers and her vines and shit, and then she does like a brief fart. A toot, which Harley loves for some reason. She's got the fart cloud around her. Ooh, smells like roses. It doesn't smell like roses. I'll tell you right now, you scratch these, you rub them and then sniff them or smell them. It doesn't smell like a fart. None of the fart clouds in this book smell like farts. They smell like burnt. It just smells like burnt. Not farty. It's not a pleasant odor, but it doesn't smell fartacular, like it says on the cover. They're not fart smelling at all. It just smells unpleasant, like I said, like something has been burnt. Burnt toast, burnt bagel. So the main gimmick is like way off anyhow, but Harley Quinn, for some reason, I guess we find out in this comic, now it's canon, that she has a fart fetish. And she's trying to chase around Poison Ivy saying, give me some of that eau de poo. Nipping at her butt to try and make her fart again. And Ivy doesn't like it. She's not into it. And she's like, no, it's cool. It's cool. Look, I'll try and fart for you. What does she say? Nothing in the chamber. Let me order some chili from Moe's Diner and I'll be blowing butt kisses all day. This is what they've reduced Harley Quinn to. Blowing butt kisses. In the Fartacular Silent But Deadly. Poison Ivy gets pissed off and leaves because she doesn't want to hear about her farts anymore. And then Harley goes and she complains to this guy in the park running his little ice cream cone stand. And she's chomping, and this guy's passing out flyers. And the lady passed out flyers to this guy. And then he throws it down the ground. And because she's so environmentally conscious, she jumps upon his back and stabs him in the neck with an ice cream cone. You know, she says, there's a lot of things I'll tolerate. Blackmail, thieving, murdering. But what kind of stinking lowlife scum litters? And then she kills him. She drags him by the scruff of his throat with his necktie and then tosses him into a garbage can. So she's got a poop fetish. She's murdering guys for throwing a piece of paper on the ground. Now she's licking her ice cream cone. She drops it. What was the flyer for? Oh, it was for the Gotham Museum of Art, presenting the James Joyce Art of Fart, James Joyce letters, fart letters that he wrote to his wife, which are real. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing. There was another thing back here I wanted to mention. Where's she say it here? That's gross, Harl. Add another thing to canon, that Ivy's nickname for Harley Quinn is Harl. Harl! Back to here, back to the museum, the exhibit here at the Art of Fart. This guy is talking about James Joyce's fart letters that he wrote to his wife Nora. Now they include a small passage here that James Joyce wrote to his wife in one of his letters. It says, "I think I would know Nora's fart anywhere. I could pick hers out in a room full of farting women." And he goes on. "Big fat fellows, long windy ones, quick little merry cracks, and a lot of tiny little naughty farties." And those are real passages. Those are actual passages you could find in James Joyce's unearthed, made public fart letters that he wrote to his wife. They get very, very vulgar. Very, very vulgar. You can look these up. That is true. But they left out the best parts. I mean, these things are letters the likes of which would make Larry Flint blush. So if you're looking for some hot fart action, some hot romantic fart action, and get you all bricked up, just run a search on Google for James Joyce fart letters, and you'll find them. Not safe for work at all. So romantic. So she sees the letters, she reads some, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta have those. I'm gonna get these letters and I'm gonna give them to Ivy." So she hides out inside this bowl, and then at night she kicks her way out. Haha, funny gags, you know. She's got her big sledgehammer. She bonks down. She's gonna break in and get the letters, but then this lady shows up. A clog lady. She shows up to stop stop Harley from stealing the fart letters, because the fart letters are cursed. Her husband was a renowned James Joyce scholar. There he is right there. There's her husband. He was a scholar. He brought her the fart letters, and they cursed her. And we'll get to what the curse actually did to her in a second, but I want to remind everyone what year we're in. We're in 2025, and you open up this comic book, and we still have this stuff going on. We still have on the bookshelf back. Oh, look! He's an old white guy. He's an old white scholar of James Joyce, and look! Oh, he's got a bookshelf with old white pervs, and oh, old white racists. Oh, and old white misogynists. And what is that? Oh, all of the above, aka the classics. The classics that you hear about in the world of literature were all written by old white pervs, old white racists, old white misogynists. Card-carrying members of the patriarchy. In 2025. You know, this is the kind of shit that just made me drop out of comics for so long. It's like, fuck this, man. It's so fucking stupid. Every goddamn book you would open up, there'd be bullshit like this in there. Just like, I expected this when I picked it up at the comic store. I was like, well, it's going to be stupid. But I don't anticipate there being like a bunch of fucking 2015 era Tumblr bullshit scattered throughout, and there is. I mean, it's whatever. I'm just saying, like, really, still, this is still like being greenlit as going into books stuff that's going to make people want to run out and pick up a copy. This is the type of shit that drove people away from mainstream comics. Among other things. But, I'm just saying, it's like, gosh, it's just painful. Oh, you got triggered by the... No, it's not like that. It's not like it's not a feeling of being pissed off. It's just, it's exhaustion, in a way. How is this still happening? How is this still being put in, how can you write this? Oh, and then the bookshelf. We gotta put old white pervs, and old white racist, and old white misogynist. We gotta accuse all the classics that we had to read in school growing up, written by all the old white men. The old fucking white men. We gotta fucking... Oh, that'll be so hilarious. Like, how does anyone still think that's clever? Like I said, it's 2015 era Tumblr shit. And those people came in and they ruined comics, and I guess it seemed like there's some good stuff coming out again. So maybe they're being flushed out slowly. But it's crazy to know that people making decisions for the world of like mainstream comics are still operating with this mindset. Like, at least some of them are still like, wouldn't it be hilarious if we like make comments about like the patriarchy and old white guys in our fart comic? Wouldn't that be so hilarious because it's like female empowerment? Because it's like lesbian Poison Ivy and lesbian Harley Quinn.
They've always been queer-coded. If you go back and you watch the original cartoon, you'll see that they're actually queer-coded.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. It's called revisionist history. It's called you're mentally ill and you're trying to fill in the blanks. You're trying to slap labels on things to make them fit your worldview when they were never intended to be that way. It's like, I don't give a fuck, really. You want to make every character in DC gay? Fine. I mean, I kind of assume they all are anyway. But at this point, it's like everyone's a latent homosexual in mainstream comics. You just have to kind of accept that if you're going to go and read books. Like, it's whatever. I just think it's bad writing when you've got characters who have only been in like heterosexual relationships for 50, 60 years, and then out of nowhere a writer in 2025 goes, oh, but here's the thing, here's the Shyamalanian twist, the whole time he's actually been bisexual, or the whole time he was actually hiding his real sexuality because he's really gay.
She's really been a lesbian the whole time. If you go back and look, you'll see that she was queer-coded from the start.
Because she had friends who were females.
Oh, if you go back and you watch, you'll see that she had like a friendly relationship with Poison Ivy. That means that she's been gay the whole time.
Because anyone who has friends that are the same sex secretly is just like waiting for the moment to strike when they can reveal the fact that they've been romantically enamored with their friend the entire time. That's how the real world works, right? Oh boy. Butt kisses. Harley's crazed. She's such a crazed lady. So she's fighting the clog lady who's got the James Joyce fart curse. It caused her to have these explosive farts. Gurgle, 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 see she farts, and then she blasts off like that, and then they have a big fight, and then it's like, oh no, you can't have those letters, I'm going to save you from yourself, so you don't get the curse. And the clog lady bursts through the top, you know, and it's like, why is this town full of glass ceilings? Oh yeah, another little comment and commentary on the patriarchy in Gotham City. Too many male superheroes, but then down here, they make Batman, who's fighting Poison Ivy, look like an absolute chump. I mean, he's just getting his ass kicked. To where, in this panel, Batman is like struggling to get out of a headlock from Harley Quinn. I mean, total burial. Here he is getting kicked in the face. Like, he can't do shit. He can't handle himself. Oh, yeah, she even mentions the patriarchy. Because she's, like, talking about farts. She bursts into this fight that's happening between Poison Ivy and Batman, and she's still trying to talk to Ivy, because Ivy's still mad at her. And she's like, no, it's okay, you shouldn't be ashamed of farting. Men do it all the time. They make us ashamed. Don't give in to the patriarchy, babe. And then Batman, who's being held in a headlock by petite little Harley Quinn. I mean, he could just fucking grab her and just deliver a devastating suplex from that position. Just pick her up and then drop straight back, and she would be toast. Like, dead. But she's so powerful for some reason in this one that she's able to keep him contained with her skinny little Harley Quinn arms. I mean, it's like they're not even trying to... You could do this and you could make this work in a way where, you know, whatever. She's supposed to have... Well, she's going to have the curse. She already held the letters, you know, and she was trying to muck about with them. You could have rearranged things slightly so that maybe she first stuns Batman with her nasty farts, and that causes him to be in a weakened state, and he's, you know, kind of doubled over and he's about to vomit, you know, or something. But no, it's just for no reason Harley Quinn is able to hold Batman in a headlock. Just all psychology thrown out the window. If we were watching a wrestling match, that's how you'd feel about it. You're like, this makes no sense at all. Oh, but it's a comic book. It doesn't have to. I know, but you can still make it work. You can still find a way to pull the gag off. Find a way to have Harley Quinn besting Batman in combat besides, and then she puts him in a headlock and is holding him there. She would never be able to do that. I mean, you have to still play by the rules a little bit. Even in a Fartacular comic, you're still dealing with classically established characters with their own weaknesses and their own strengths. What do you think's the point of when you had to go out and pick up, you know, trading cards, superhero trading cards, you turn them over, what's on the back? They've got their stats. That's all been established. It means something within the fucking context of the shit you're reading, or at least it should. And if not, well then... But who the fuck cares? You know? The whole book might as well just be them shitting all over each other. Well, if it can be anything you want it to be, okay, well just have them shitting the entire time. Just every page, just cover it with butts and shit. Like the end of that one South Park episode, where everyone just starts pooping everywhere. The entire screen just covered in shit. You could just do that on every page. Well, it can be anything. Okay, fine. Just make that the Fartacular. Just have farts. Just have panels and panels of farts and butts and poop. Batman's like, oh, I don't care what you do with your bodies, as long as it isn't against the law. And then here comes Ivy. Men make the laws. With a devastating V-trigger right to his big butt chin. His strong jaw. See how you like that, Bruce? And then... you know, then here's a big fart. Here's the curse in action, you suppose. You know, a big fart comes out from Harley Quinn. And then even later, this lady, the clog lady, I don't think she ever gets a name. She's tiptoeing through the tulips, and then Harley tries to sneak up on her, and she keeps trying to sneak up on her, but she can't because she keeps farting. And then Harley goes to a bar, and she's farting more, and she's farting more, and here's lots of stuff you can scratch or you can rub and smell. Oh, this is fun. She's trying to figure out what she should do about her farting because she can't stop because of the James Joyce curse. And so she grabs this bottle, and then she uncorks it, and she's looking at it like, should I use this makeshift butt plug of cork? And it says, "Don't even think about it, Harley." Signed, Ariana. "I'd like to keep my job, Turturro." So you got a little butt plug innuendo. But she finds a staple gun and she just staples her ass shut, but that doesn't work. And then whoosh, and then thunk, she gets knocked out by the butt plug. And she has a dream where she is met by the ghost of James Joyce, sniffing her ass, trying to seduce her. And they're in like a big vat of beans. And he's like, "Oh, I'd love to smell your farts and stick it in your butt, you know, and stuff like that." And she's like, "How did you get to be such a famous writer after all? After all the things you've said and all your letters, how are you one of the most famous writers of all time?" "Isn't it obvious? I'm a white man."
He's a white man. You hear about this, Kev? White men back in the news. White men back in the news, Kev. Did you know that white men are actually able to do anything they want just because they're white? You hear about this, Kev? It's called white privilege, Kev. It's why I'm the host of the Tonight Show and you have to sit over there and play guitar, Kev. Because I'm white.
Then she's frustrated because she can't sneak up on the clog lady, so she calls Plastic Man to the diner, and they're talking. And this is like classic bad modern day comics. It's gone on for so long we can say this is classic. This is another reason why I stopped reading Marvel and DC, because there'd be so many pages like this in superhero books. There became this obsession with this setup. Panel of people just having lunch and talking back and forth. And I mean, you get a whole page of it right here. It's just like the laziest shit. And she's just describing her farts in different ways. And he's getting more and more disgusted, or he can't handle it anymore. I mean, at least that. I'll give the artist some credit here because there's like some progression of emotion you can see. I feel like that's pretty decent cartooning. It's not awful. I'm just saying, like, in a superhero book, there are much worse versions of this. The art right here isn't bad. It's cartoony and it's fun enough for the type of book. That might be one of the only good things I say about this this issue here. It's not my favorite artwork ever, but I think for the tone and such, the art, at least, it works. And the guy or girl, who did it? The script. Who did the main art? There's the cover, lettering, variant covers, group editor, stinky script by Joanne Starrer, aromatic art and crowd clear. Okay. Brandt and Steen. Well, I don't know who Brandt and Steen are, or Stein. Whoever, whatever. When I will be together, I will here and you'll be there. And that's the deal, my dear. Decent enough. Anyway, just let's have lunch, let's have lunch, let's have lunch, let's talk, 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 lunch, 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 tea, coffee, 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 coffee. You'll see that so much in bad comics over the course of the past probably 10, 15 years, I would say, is when shit really hit the fan. Probably some of the worst comic books you've ever seen in your life coming out of the mainstream in the last 10 to 15 years. The least exciting time to be a comic book fan. Probably the time when most people dropped out of the hobby. So she convinces Plastic Man to become her suit, so that it can he can trap the farts in, because he's plastic, you know. So when she farts, it'll just expand inside of the suit, inside of Plastic Man, and his face is on her ass. And she goes to the local amusement park, and she finds out that in the windmill, see, she's all farted up. She climbs up this rope because I think the clog lady's behind this door. And to get in, she has to like swing backwards. So to propel herself backwards, Plastic Man lets out some fart air. I guess her fart smells of pickle pizza because she had just eaten pickle pizza. So he lets out a pickle pizza fart, and it kind of swings her backwards, and then she's able to swing back towards the door. She busts in. She was trying to see, here's more psychology stuff. It's like she got Plastic Man to become her suit so she'd finally be able to quietly sneak up on the clog lady. And then when it's time to confront her, to go into her secret lair, she busts through the door, kicking it open, and then starts tiptoeing. Like, this is just, it's just writing. The writing makes no sense. Oh, well, it's just a comic. It's supposed to be funny. I know. I get it. But you could still do that in a funny way and have it make sense. You know what I mean? There was no reason for this to take place with the sniffle and the launch and then the kick through the door, making all this noise, when the whole reason for her getting the suit was so she'd be able to sneak up on the clog lady. You just ruined the entire gag. It's like, do you not understand how that works? How does that not occur to you as a writer? Well, I better not have her burst through the door, because the whole reason for her wearing Plastic Man is because she's trying to be quiet. Anyway, she bursts in. There's Clog Lady. And, Clog Lady bursts off into the sky. She doesn't want anyone else to get cursed with these letters. And then Harley's like, oh, you got to do something. Go after her. And he's like, well, if I get off of you here, then what are you going to be wearing? Oh, I got a brassiere. That's what Harley Quinn wears under her costume. This kind of just like very bland set of undergarments. Can't be too sexy, you know. She's got to be wearing whatever, like fucking men's boxer briefs, I guess. That's what Harley Quinn wears, in case you're ever wondering. She wears men's boxer briefs. So Plastic Man launches himself up, and he grabs the fart clog lady and brings her back down. And even though she's farting a bunch, Plastic Man's in love with her, and she can't believe it. She didn't think she'd ever find anyone else, but she does, and she's all into it. And then Harley goes back, and she's Ivy, and is like, oh, come on in, come here. Do tell. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have told you that your farts smelled good. I should have understood that was your experience. Your lived experience was that you don't like it when I smell your farts. But I understand it. And she's like, oh, thanks. That's all I wanted to hear. But I really do love your farts. And it's okay if you fart. You don't have to feel bad. We can fart too. The patriarchy can't stop our farts. And then she leans her over and gives her a big kiss. And then she farts her pants, and there's another one you can smell, and then poot, toot, 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 poot, 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 poots, poot, tooting, pap, pap, pfft. So Ivy's like, well, we got to do something about your farts, though. So they call Zatanna, and she comes over, and she's going to do a spell to rid Harley of her fart curse. And then she's like, oh, actually, you know what? I've got news for you. There was no curse. You're just lactose intolerant. No! So that's that. But she's going to cheer her up with roses by farting. Rose farts. End. And then there's this, what is this? Special preview of DC Finest Harley Quinn, Birth of the Mirth. Which we don't really need to talk about, but look at the way they've drawn the Joker in this upcoming book. Does that make you want to buy this? Does the way the Joker looks here really make you want to come back for more? There's the Fartacular. Silent but deadly. I'm going to give it... $500 would be an average comic book where you're like, you know, either way, whatever. Take it or leave it. It's definitely below average. It's definitely one of my least favorite comics that I've ever read. And I'm gonna give it, oh boy, probably like maybe jeez. I'll give the writing a 0, but I think that the art is serviceable for the type of. If it would have just been a fun, silly but fun and silly, but it made sense, and it didn't have this stupid like Tumblr bullshit in here, like 10 years after that shit peaked, then maybe it would have been, I don't know. It's still a really dumb idea, like using characters from the Batman universe in a fart comic. I understand you can be silly sometimes. It's okay to be a silly goose. Not that you can't do silly goose one-off, one-shots. I'm not saying that, because I like some of those sometimes. It's not always bad. But this whole thing, what's happening here, an entire book of farts, and it's not done particularly well, no good. So a 0 for the writing, but I'll give it, because the art's okay and decent enough, probably like 100. Not a total 0 altogether. A 100 super divorces out of a possible 1,000 super divorces for the Harley Quinn Fartacular Silent but Deadly one shot. There you go, Rhonda. Hope you enjoyed, Chef. Until next time, take real good care, keep kicking ass, love you lots. Lord willing, be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
We're gonna go viral with this one.